Okay, let's start working on our regular expression because we need to test to see if our text is in this paragraph or any paragraph in the document. So let's go back to our script and let's make a regular expression, and we'll make that up here. We'll call it regex, and then we'll actually create another variable called match, and we're going to test to see if the regular expression matches. Now we'll call it matches plural because eventually we're going to want to get all the matches in a particular paragraph, especially if there's more than one. And then let's capture this text here in a variable. So we're going to say text is equal to get paragraph text. So now we're going to capture this into a variable. And as you're working along on these, you may want to test each step of the way to make sure we get what we want here. So let's just make sure that comes through. We'll go back to FrameMaker and we'll run this. And we'll click in here. And there's our text. So we know that we've captured that into our text variable. Now let's create a regular expression. We'll create this up here. And we'll call it regex equals, and we'll look for the word table cleaner in the text. Now this is called a regular expression literal. There's a couple of ways you can create a regular expression, but this is the simplest way. You just put it in 2 forward slashes and you have it. Now let's see if it works, and what we'll do is we'll run the test method on it. So test will return true or false depending on if the text is included in there. So we'll create an alert, go back to FrameMaker, click in the paragraph, and let's run it. Now it returns false, and we might be a little surprised initially because we have table cleaner at least 3 times in this paragraph. But regular expressions are case sensitive. So we type this in all lowercase and our text is in mixed case. So we can put a simple flag on here. This is an I flag, which means insensitive. So this will do an case insensitive search. So let's save the changes and give that a try. And we have to click in the paragraph first, and that turns out to be true because obviously we have 3 occurrences of that in there. So sometimes you want a case sensitive search, other times you don't care, so you just put in that I flag. Now let's match this and see what kind of things we can return here, because we need to do something with these matches that we get. So there's another method that we can use. It's called the exec method, and then we can see what we get here. Now let's initially we'll just display that and see what we get. So we'll say alert matches, save the changes, and we'll go back here and run it. And this basically just gives us the first match. So this gave us this occurrence on the first match here, and it just really gave us the text. Now there's a little bit more in here that we can get. Let's click here, and what we can do is we can see what kind of properties this object has. So we'll use the reflect interface here. So this will tell us what's actually available to us in this matches variable, this matches object. So let's go back to FrameMaker, run it, and you'll see we can get the index, we can get the input, and we can get the length of the regular expression. We also get a 0. We'll explain that later. So let's check the index and see what that means. So we'll type in index, and let's run that. So this index tells us the beginning of this match. So this match is 12 characters in. So we know that we know where this is in the paragraph, and we'll use that information later to give us some more information. And let's just go back here. Let's see if there's anything else that might be of value to us. I'm just going to undo this, and I'm going to save the changes, go back to FrameMaker, and run this again. So we know what the index is, and the length is, we'll see the length later, but the length can give us how many matches we have in that string, in that text string. And let's see what input gets us. Let's go back here, and let's see what input gives us. Input. And we'll run that. And that actually gives us the text that we're testing against. So not very useful for our purposes, but it is available if we need it.